2018 Bentley Bentayga SUV Review. The good points of Bentley Bentayga SUV. Spectacular W12 engine. Blend of comfort and handling. Cabin well built and generously appointed. Lots of personalization. The bad points of Bentley Bentayga SUV. Styling is divisive. Options can double price. When the Bentley Bentayga premiered, it was met with skepticism from critics. Here was the firm's first SUV, shock horror, and simply look at that garish nose. It's with great relief, then, that no core Bentley attributes are lost within the move to crossover construction. This car is monstrously fast, which has a well-appointed cabin and degrees of comfort and build quality that place it far above rivals, like the upper echelons from the Porsche Cayenne and Range Rover lineups, together with the Maserati Levant, another posh off-roader. Incidentally, it's in line with the same platform since the Audi Q7, that is a good start. Nevertheless, you'd never notice if you do not were the most important fan of their brand. Bentley's factory in Crewe applies a completely different list of skills and values on the cars it builds. We don't think you'll feel shortchanged. W12 engine scores a property run. Under the bonnet of the six-figure supercar stilts is really a 6.0-liter W12 twin-turbocharged petrol engine, and frankly the Bentayga's performance is startling. It'll cover 062 miles per hour in mere 4.1 seconds and definitely will hit 187 miles per hour flat out, but it's equally happy traveling at lower speeds inside the city thanks to your flexible nature of those a large engine plus the smoothness on the 8-speed automatic gearbox. Bentley's trademark mix of speed and comfort is expertly applied by making use of four-wheel drive coupled to air suspension as well as an advanced anti-roll system that enables the driver a choice of serious speed or sumptuous luxury. It'll even do off-road driving, through an optional all-terrain specification package offered to offer yet more capability in connection with this. All that's explained within the handling section of the review. Making your Bentayga your own personal. In fact, there are lots of extras you can contribute to the car. Bentley will offer everything from a tow bar and an interior clock which costs nearly as much because the car itself. Personalization is par for that course here, so don't anticipate finding many cars looking exactly the same. You've got either 4 or 5 seats too, while using 4 or curiously using a smaller boot, but however many people you're carrying, they'll be sat in the beautifully designed and built cabin that feels likewise premium because cars sale price. So if you're able to get over the styling and possess the cash, there aren't many reasons to ignore it, until Rolls-Royce wades to the fray using its own SUV, anyway. Watch on for that comprehensive Bentley Bentayga review more. Petrol power only at launch. Fantastic W12 twin-turbo motor. 8-speed automatic gearbox. The Bentley Bentayga runs on the newly developed 6.0-liter, 12-cylinder, twin-turbocharged petrol engine, so its performance is outstanding. It develops 608 horsepower and 900 Nm of torque, aforementioned figure available between 1,350 and 4,500 revolutions per minute, meaning 0.62 miles per hour acceleration is often as quick, being a startling 4.1 seconds, while top speed is 187 miles per hour, but it's not the serious speed this car is capable of these impresses most. It's the laid-back decorum which it goes about its day-to-day tasks. At idle the engine is nearly silent, you wouldn't realize it had enthusiastic if it wasn't for your slide shutter through your vehicle at the point of ignition, as being a dozen cylinders begin playing unison. Once you're in motion you'll see the perfectly judged throttle response, which allows the motorist to gently coax the Bentayga around city centers with aplomb. Head out from the countryside and push your right foot into your thick carpet, however, and you'll achieve the national speed limit before you've a chance to breathe. The acceleration is not short of spectacular with the size of car we're coping with here. It tips the scales at 2.4 tons, so for perspective it's more than double what an MX-5 sports vehicle weighs, but it's also 2 times as fast. The Bentayga also carries a cylinder shutdown function that effectively switches off half with the engine when it's unnecessary to save fuel. However, you won't notice this working. Its integration is seamless. Flawlessly matched transmission. The 8-speed gearbox manufactured by ZF is perfectly matched towards the engine's performance when driven quickly or slowly. Its changes are lightning fast or almost undetectable, respectively. There are steering wheel mounted paddles to dictate changes yourself, but we found ourselves eschewing them to be replaced by letting the vehicle do the work. This box comes with a coasting function too, which decouples the engine through the gearbox inside the top 3 gears when the motorist lifts over throttle in order to save fuel. We're expecting diesel and plug-in hybrid drivetrains to appear inside Bentayga lineup, sharing technology while using Audi Q7 and forthcoming Q8, but details aren't offered at time of riding. Capable handling by any means speeds. Recipe there for off-road potential. Easy to maneuver at parking speeds. We've mentioned the sheer weight from the Bentayga before. In this respect we're surprised to report it isn't a problem. A major contributing key to this is the advanced active anti-roll system, which works on the 48-volt power to adjust the force you will need for your vehicle to tip over when cornering. Its application in combination with all the standard air suspension can be quite well judged indeed, with sportier driving making the most of its own mode to stiffen the chassis, making astonishing cornering speeds a chance. It's great at low speeds, too. In fact, yet again this is where the auto's at its best. We were surprised at the small turning circle, especially given it doesn't have rear wheel steering available, such as Audi Q7 the Bentayga shares its platform with, but it's surprisingly very easy to park, plus more so using the optional automatic parking system installed. The electrically assisted steering is sharp, direct and nicely weighted, with increased heft needed to turn the wheel in sport mode. Off-road inside Bentley Bentayga. We've not driven it on type of challenging off-road course, but all of the signs exist that if you should tackle the rough stuff, this car will fare well. As standard it will come equipped by having an advanced stability and traction control system, hill descent control for measured downhill performance and height adjustable air suspension. If you specify the all-terrain specification package you'll experience an additional 4 driving modes for trickier conditions: mud and trail, sand, dirt and gravel and snow, ice and wet grass, along with increased underbody protection as well as an overhead camera in order to see your surroundings. Wonderful interior. Effective multimedia system. Some Audi finally shows through. As you'd expect for the luxury car only at that price, the Bentayga's cabin is often a stunning thing to behold. The fit and finish is from the highest standards and also the materials used are good quality too. Features including the organ's top air vent toggles really put in a sense of occasion here, and in many cases the electric window switches are brilliantly damped and weighted. There's an overarching sense of quality with this car. The driving position is tall, standard for the SUV, and visibility is great thanks to your large windows. We found the multimedia system intuitive and fast. You can tell it's a derivation of Audi's higher-level arrangements in that respect, nevertheless the finishing is all Bentley. Some from the switchgear, the cruise control stalk and gearshift paddles. One example is, is lifted direct in the Q7 but sprayed a new color. That isn't to mention it feels anywhere around cheap, though. There's an unmistakable depth of engineering on the Bentayga, and all with the controls feel solid and well weighted like a result. Incredible cabin refinement. Great seats and suspension. Lots of room for four. The Bentley Bentayga excels here. It's fair to convey it's one with the most comfortable cars we've driven. Its cabin refinement is outstanding, with next to no noise intruding should you not put your foot down and demand more in the W12's performance. At idle it's so quiet in that room that you could easily confuse this 2.3-ton, 600 horsepower SUV for just a hybrid. Its chassis is an additional highlight here. With adjustable air suspension it's possible to master both ride height and damping force, thus ride quality, in order to tailor the Bentayga to become as comfortable, sporty or off-road capable as you desire. Left in comfort mode it will roll around slightly when cornering quickly, nevertheless, you should really use sport mode for such a driving anyway. In that case the powerful active anti-roll system begins and keeps the auto spookily level however hard you push. There's lots of room within the cabin for driver and passenger in the beginning, while two backseat occupants will likely be pleased while using excellent ride quality as well because space offered. 3 adults might be just a little tight, though. Bentley's adaptive cruise control and also the other driver assistance systems available from the Touring pack work harmoniously and smoothly, meaning it's a serene car for being in about the motorway whichever seat you occupy. One trim level as standard. Myriad possibilities open. Mulliner goes further still. There's one trim level offered, but a limited run 608 first edition named following your amount of horsepower the engine has took sale in the event the car premiered in 2016. Standard Bentley Bentayga equipment. All cars get 20-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, a panoramic glass sunroof, a powered tailgate, 4 driving modes along with a multimedia system featuring an 8-inch touchscreen, sat-nav and 60 GB hard disk. You will also get a stunningly well-finished cabin, beautiful seats and high adjustable air suspension. The Bentley Bentayga 608 First Edition gets Union flag badging, 22-inch alloys as well as a Breitling watch to match the auto. Optional Bentley Bentayga accessories. There's many optional extras offered to customize your automobile, and that we strongly suspect few Bentley SUVs will probably be of identical specification. First and foremost you'll need to decide how many seats you would like, 4 or 5. Then it's the perfect time to delve into the myriad colors of paint and leather, plus any contrasting stitching, hide or veneers one might desire. You've got 3 sound systems of varying amounts of cost and quality, digital TV for front passengers plus much more screens for those from the rear together with tinted back windows as well as an electrically retracting tow bar. How in regards to a Bentayga-themed Breitling watch? There's a selection of 3. Bentley Mulliner tail or crafted service. If you desperately want to go to town on customizing your Bentayga, this can be the route you ought to follow. Renowned coach builders Mulliner will work almost anything for a Bentley, including installing a 6-figure Breitling clock called tourbillon inside the dash, providing a fly fishing kit and in some cases carrying out significant personalized body modifications. Specifications options packs for that Bentley Bentayga. All-terrain specification includes digging in another 4 driving modes to assist in more extreme situations, mud and trail, sand, dirt and gravel and snow, ice and wet grass. You will also get extra underfloor protection as well as a bird's-eye view camera. The city specification pack is designed for making life easier in urban environments. It includes a self-parking system, traffic sign recognition, pedestrian detection, low-speed autonomous braking, plus the aforementioned camera is thrown into this pack too. Event specification nets you what Bentley calls an event seat. That is a leather-trimmed board that pokes out on the boot that you should sit on, combined with tailgate-mounted downlighters to help you see what you're doing at nighttime. To make life easier within the motorway, Touareg specification nets that you number of autonomous driving systems including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, self-driving in traffic as well as a night vision system. This also comes having a head-up display to project vital details, for example set of instructions on top of the windscreen. Known KIP score forthcoming. Platform given to 5-star model. Array of optional kit to be had. While the Bentley Bentayga hasn't been crash-tested by Euro NCAP, which isn't unusual, no firm's cars have. It shares its basic platform with all the Audi Q7, understanding that scored a maximum 5 stars for safety. Standard fare within the Bentayga includes driver and passenger front and back side curtain, and back and front seat thorax airbags. Crash detection and mitigation systems are installed too. Optional Bentley Bentayga safety kit. There are a quantity of extra cost features to be able to specify to make the car safer still. The Touareg specification features radar-guided cruise control, a lane keeping assist function, self-driving in traffic jams, and also a night vision system along using a head-up display to project vital details including set of instructions to the windscreen. You could also order the city specification, which nets you an automatic self-parking system, traffic sign recognition and display, pedestrian detection with low-speed autonomous braking as well as a bird's-eye view camera. Finally, if going off-road is really a possibility, you'll want the all-terrain specification. This gets driving modes that adjust the Bentayga's electronic stability and traction control systems as well as engine, gearbox and suspension settings between mud and trail, sand, dirt and gravel and snow, ice and wet grass modes. You will also get extra underfloor protection to stop damage from jagged rocks and the like, as well as the around view camera already stated. There are a few things that aren't around the Bentayga's price list whatsoever that you are able to get in other cars, like night vision. And it's a bit disappointing to determine so much from the safety kit is optional. That's normal for the premium car this way, however. Boot size grows with volume of seats. Powered tailgate standard. Can tow significant loads. While it's not really a 7-seater like some rivals, another row of seats is within the development pipeline at Bentley. The Bentayga is still an outstanding car when it appears to practicality. The boot measures 431 liters inside most luxurious 4-seat mode, but because with the configuration on the rear bench this reaches to 484 liters in case you go with the 5-seater. Removing the hinged, leather-bound parcel shelf unlocks 590 liters of load area, while folding the trunk bench means 1,774 liters is to be had. All cars have a remote-operated powered tailgate as standard. The air suspension offers 4 ride heights too, meaning it's possible to lower your vehicle to allow your passengers easier ingress and egress. Inside there's enough room for 4 adults to visit in outright luxury regardless of what the seating arrangement, and you'll squeeze a 5th smaller and affiliate too in case you've opted for that requisite quantity of purchase. There are 4 cup holders and cubbies dotted everywhere in the cabin, including usefully large door bins and spaces for smartphones and sunglasses, all neatly integrated and finely finished. It isn't unrealistic you may anticipate the Bentayga to get employed being a tow car. There's an electrically deployable ball being offered as an optional extra. The suspension will self-level and lower for the rear to generate hitching easier, as well as the braked towing weight is 3,500 kilograms, Available online for all the top cars around. Finally, certain customers is going to be pleased to remember that Bentley has patented what it's calling an event seat. This can be a board that extends out from the boot floor that you use as being a picnic perch, and is included with downlighters for your boot lid as part on the event specification package.